now. Great. So now we got the tier list up. Great. We're starting with Anasui, I guess. So shout out to Anasui. What are we feeling? If you have any specific thoughts.
Anasui is like CD.
CD.
He's like C tier. Honestly,
We got to think of like who's at the pinnacle, and then like figure it out by that. Because I definitely think C, but D is kind of crazy. I think D is kind of crazy.
Persuade me. Tell me why he's good.
I don't know. I just really like the sort of gags he has. I think he's funny. His power's cool. His theme in the anime is fire. I really like his theme. That's obviously
His theme is good. His design is cool.
Yeah, his design's cool. Stand's cool. His backstory's kind of mid though. His backstory's kind of mid.
He's literally a murderer.
Yeah, I know, but this is like it could have been more. Like it's the weather report, you know?
It's like, oh, he's in jail. What's he in jail for? Murder. Oh, did he like save someone? Did he like no?
No, he's just a murderer.
Someone. He's just a murderer.
His gag with Jolene and being in love with her in the ring, that's funny. But
The gag is funny, but like he's a bit one-dimensional. It's just like, oh, I love Jolene.
It's a bit. So I'm fine with C. I'm gonna go with C though. D is kind of slandered, at least to me. All right, let me see. All right, we're going C. Now Bruno, I think there's a clear S tier. Right, we can agree on
Yeah,
this.
Bruno
Yeah,
is S.
he's clear S.
Bruno is S.
We don't even need to debate that because he's just like he's that good. I feel as though like S. I feel like we're keeping him S, but for me, he's
But
definitely.
he
one of the
disassembles
best.
things. Isn't that so cool? Yeah, it's so cool.
He definitely disassembles things. He definitely
Like
does.
genuinely, if anyone in chat would like to put Anasui at A tier, or
I need a
even S-
thesis.
S
Give me
tier,
a
I need a
thesis.
thesis. Bro.
I need 500 words on my desk tonight. Like for example, our next person is Caesar, right? Caesar is definitely better than Anasui, in my opinion. He's definitely better.
Yes.
And I don't think we need to debate.
People shit on Caesar kind of because he's like
Why?
kind of a jerk.
So is like most JoJo like characters.
He's kind of a meanie, but I would put Caesar
I think he's
top
A
of-
or B.
E. I was gonna say A or top of B. Top of
Yeah.
B for now or A.
I
Your
think
call.
A. I'm gonna be honest. I think A. I feel like Caesar now that you're saying people are shitting on him, he deserves A because we're going against the haters. Let me see though. So now we got Emporio. And Emporio I think is pretty good. Right? I'm not gonna put him C because I feel like that's too crazy. I think he's definitely C because the thing is there's so many here that I think are S tier. And if Caesar's he might be B actually because Emporio
Caesar's
might
got
be A.
if we need to make it so S is like it's so easy to make a JoJo tier list and put
And they're
everyone
all
at
S. I hate
Yeah,
tier lists like that.
you know,
Yeah.
we're not
'Cause
we're not here to make friends. We're making tier lists, okay?
Yeah, someone in the chat, Matt Carriage in the chat put Emporio C- because of his hat. That's pretty funny.
I would put Caesar B and
Emporio
Emporio.
A. I would put him A.
He's definitely above Caesar.
Yeah, that's why I don't think he's Bruno tier is the thing.
No, he's not.
Because I think Bruno carries a lot of Part 5 for me. He's so rich in just everything. So that's what I'm feeling right now.
That's good so far. That's good.
Now Hermes, I really like Hermes.
Hermes is.
She just kind of fell off. That's the problem. I think she's good, but she kind of fell off.
Well, I like Hermes more than Emporio, but is Hermes high A?
I don't think I think she's like mid A. That's the thing. Because I definitely wouldn't put her S. Because I feel like if she was S, she wouldn't have fallen off. Because that's just how the character writing is. Because Bruno, he never fell off once.
Yeah, the thing with Hermes is that like she's so strong in the beginning, like her teaching Jolene the ropes of the prison and introducing her to Green Dolphin, and then the backstory with Gloria, and you see like the admirable side of her.
And that was
so,
so great in the anime too.
Like that's
animation.
like a high A tier character, but then the fact that she doesn't really do anything for the rest of the part,
she just
takes
like
it
I
down a
said,
little bit.
Weather just took her spot. Weather took her spot. That's what I think.
Yeah. All right, I would go below Emporio then.
Okay.
Top of B.
I think top of B, but we could raise her to high A if we, not high A if we feel like it. Now, Mista, I think this is another S tier, to be honest. I think this is another just fantastic character. I don't know, though. I really like Mista a lot, because I feel like he's one of the most, like, human JoBros.
I think Mista, I think we have to, how about this? Okay, so you can only have one character in S tier per part.
That's fine. Mista's A. Mista is A.
Because like, otherwise, bro, like, all S is just gonna be Golden Wind. Like...
I'm not putting Fugo in S. I'm not putting Fugo in S. But, I don't know. For me, I think the two S's from Golden Wind are Mista and Bruno. I think they're the clear top two. Definitely. But, like, your take on Abbacchio has me very intrigued.
Top of A, though, because, like...
Mista's fantastic. He's fantastic.
He's not on par with Bruno, though. But
he's definitely not. He's definitely not.
So
Gyro, we don't need to discuss this, right? We don't need to
Gyro
discuss
S.
This. Yeah, exactly.
Above or behind?
Oh,
Bruno?
I think we gotta do above, right? I feel it. I feel it in my soul.
Yeah.
Like,
he's gotta be above.
I don't know. He's so good, like, consistently, that it's like, come on now. Also, I'm gonna be honest. I have not read any of the books yet, so I'm probably not gonna rank these characters. I'm just
leave them out.
Yeah, I just genuinely don't know who they are. So
I'm putting Polnareff top of A. That's my take. The highest of A.
So above Mista.
Above Mista.
Okay, I mess with it. I think
I'm taking into consideration Part 5 Polnareff as well.
Okay, awesome. So then in that case, are we doing? Because Jotaro's here. Like, first off, should we rank the multiple Jotaros because there's two here, or should we rank just one? I just noticed that later.
They're different roles in Part 6 and 4.
Okay.
Keep them.
Alright, I do rock with Polnareff high A. I think Mista's better though, so I might put Mista above him. What do you think about that?
You can do that.
Yeah. Because I feel like Mista just... Polnareff is great though. That's the thing. Especially like in Part 3. With like his why do people keep dying on me, his moments with Iggy and Vanilla Ice, just they are
great character.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Kakyoin, are we feeling A or B?
I might be feeling D, bro. I might be feeling bottom of C to D.
Oh my god, the toxicity.
I have him. I literally have a Kakyoin piece of art framed next to me.
And you're feeling D. You're feeling D. He's so cool, but his design is just—he's not hitting like that. Oh my god.
I'd put him. He's like there with Anasui. Like.
Okay, there's
just not much to it.
What was that? Do you remember that one thing? It was like everyone's favorite. Who's your favorite cardboard cutout in Part 3? Is it Abdul? Is it Kakyoin? It was so funny. Now Kakyoin is fire though. He is fire. I don't know if I can.
Tell me why he's fire.
I don't know.
Tell me why.
He's cool. He exudes.
Yeah, tell me why Kakyoin is fire.
He has the sunglasses. You know, he's cool. The Death 13 fight is pretty awesome. Baby Stan.
What does he do in it?
He doesn't really do anything. He's just kind of cool.
Tell me why. I would be more than happy to
put
laid an egg in A tier or S tier if you could tell me why.
He laid an egg. You know, that's pretty. That's pretty.
Put him
cool.
in S.
Oh yeah, okay. We'll put it in. Let's put a tier above S, and I'll call it the egg layer. Egg tier.
I like Kakyoin. I think he's like a good member of the Crusaders, and he works within that group. But him isolated, there's not much.
I agree there. I feel like he's very reactionary and needs other characters to bounce off of. Otherwise, he's just very flat.
His backstory is like, I have no friends because I'm a STAM user. Like,
yeah. It's pretty basic, and then he gets friends, and then he cares about the friends. But like him himself, you don't really see that much change in him because he's a very stoic character like Jotaro, which is why they get along, obviously. But because of that, like he's nowhere near like.
Why do we take him out of egg tier? Put him back in egg tier.
Oh,
he gets his own tier.
Egg tier, yeah, okay.
Egg tier.
literally Joe Ma instead of Joe Bro. It's Joe Ma. Yeah. No, but I like egg tier. Let's put it back in egg. All right. Koichi. I am tempted to put Koichi in S. I think Koichi's a very.
Koichi's up there with Mista. Yeah, S.
I think he's really good. I think he's the best part 4 side character. I am a Rohan stan, so obviously I'm gonna argue for him as well. But I do think Koichi's the best developed part 4 side character. Was that?
Yeah, I'd say Koichi's S to high A. If for Diamond is Unbreakable, yeah, he's probably S for that.
Yeah, because he's irrelevant in part 5, obviously. Like he's just there and then gone.
Well, he's not irrelevant, but
I mean, you know what I mean. I mean, he's not like reoccurring. He's not like Polnareff, who's like super important to the plot. Let me see this though. Yeah, let's put him in high A for now. Let's put him in high A for now, and we'll see if they're
deserved. I'm okay with S if you are.
Oh, okay. I'm not putting him above Bruno though. I feel like this is like a barrier. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, all right, Okuyasu. I really like Okuyasu, so I'm feeling A or B.
Okuyasu's A.
Okay.
Okuyasu's like either behind Polnareff or Mista. He belongs up there.
Yeah, I definitely think we agree he's better than Emporio because he's so prevalent in the part. He's a lot like these two characters. He's like the comic relief character. He's constantly lighting the mood, but then whenever things get serious, you know, it affects it a lot. Do you think, like for example, Paco is like the Mista, the Polnareff, the Okuyasu?
Yeah, I can see Paco doing that so far.
Yeah, he screams like that's his role in the story. I don't know if I could put him above Polnareff because I feel like
he's not above Mista, that's for sure.
He's definitely not above Mista, but I don't think I could put him above Polnareff because Polnareff he literally carries his own arcs a lot of the time. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like he's very prevalent.
So does Okuyasu and the Nijimura brothers.
That is true, but I mean like Polnareff has his own fights. He has his own like arcs for himself pretty much. You know, he's basically an independent character for a bit of it. So that's why I'm thinking I would rank him below Polnareff, but I don't know. Like I said, I really do like him as a character, so this isn't like slander by any means.
Dude, when he comes back during the Killer Queen arc at the end,
that was sick.
That was sick.
Yeah, I was a huge fan of that. I'm gonna add the amount really quick, and also add it to the other screen so people know. Boom, and it's right there in that blank space on the tier list. That's like chef's kiss. That's chef's kiss right there. All right. But what do you think about Okuyasu? I think obviously we both think he's great, but I think Polnareff might take the cake. But I do obviously.
Yeah, that's a good spot.
Because see, that's difficult now. Because I was gonna say Polnareff's the best part 3 character, but I think side character. But I think old Joseph might be it as well because I really like him. So that's difficult. But we could probably change that around if we feel it. Okuyasu is alive. Oh my god. All right, now we're on one of your favorite characters, of course, Mamazuku.
Mamazuku is above Koichi in S.
That's S. Crazy.
Possibly above Bruno.
Egg? Is he egg tier? No, I'm kidding. I don't know, because for me, Yasuho is the S character from JoJolion. That's you know what I mean? I think Yasuho is the S. But if we're doing one, we can do multiple S's if we really want to. We could do this if we really want to. Then it slowly encroaches and it's just like
there's no go beyond without Mamazuku. There's no grafted branch.
But there's no
new Rokagaka without Mamazuku. Mamazuku is the glue, man, that brings all of JoJolion together.
Yeah, but Yasuo is the heart. Yasuo is the heart that brings it all together.
Bro, Yasuo's a great character, but she just kind of like follows everyone around. She kind of like don't do anything.
Oh my god. I mean,
kidding. Yasuo's a great character. She provides a great motivation to Josuke. She's the reason why Josuke is able to reach the heights that he does. But Mamazuku is quintessential to the story.
Yasuho is like the fuel, and Mamazuku's like the car.
Yeah.
That's I think a good analysis for it. My camera just got like crazy high frames out of nowhere, by the way. I don't know how this happened. At least on my end, it's like crazy high frames out of nowhere. I'm gonna move this. So let me see. I'm just gonna change this really quickly. Put this on the other screen. Boom. Rai is Toru father, says Matt Carriage. Thoughts?
Fortunately.
Dolomite, the only SS plus tier. I don't know. The Chase says this message, X-Force and Kev is a killer duo. All we need is Joe Kakaka, and it's all my go-to JoJo content in one place. And that would be crazy.
Sam.
That would be crazy. Yeah. If they somehow find the stream, they're welcome to hop in and watch us ramble about insanity for the next however long.
All right, you can put Mamazuku in A if you want, but I'm gonna vouch for S. I would say top of A.
Okay.
That's the lowest I'll go.
I'm fine with top of A, because if we're doing one apart, like, bro, there's no way I can put Yasuo in anything less than S. That's just me, though.
All right, okay, I can do Mamazuku A, Yasuo S. That's fair.
Because I feel like that's like our caveat, you know what I mean? Like, because I don't want it to be like, I also am not a fan of when every single character's an S, because then it kind of ruins the point of what S is.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. I also got the stream. What are you saying?
I was like, sometimes I like in tier lists, it's like there can only be one S. But
I love that. I love that.
All right,
For
me,
me,
we need to start utilizing this D tier at some point. Okay.
Oh no, I know who's going. I see some D tiers.
Okay.
All right, my guy Kishibe Rohan.
Okay. Is this taking into account JoJoland's Rohan?
Oh, that's that would be.
We're doing
cool,
JoJoland's Rohan.
It's I don't know, because he's the same character. He's literally the exact same. So I feel like we should, because if he was different, then I wouldn't. You know what I mean?
He's not the same character. He's so different. Or, I mean, he's the same character, but he doesn't act the same. Like the way Rohan acts.
He acts more like beneficial and less like malicious. Yeah. So yeah, I get.
Okay, if this is DIU Rohan, I would say behind Hermes, because like he's not even like a JoBro. I don't even.
He's I mean, he's in the final fight. He is super relevant in the final fight. He's like a apprehensive ally more than anything. Yeah. He's also super relevant, like I said. He's one of those characters. Well, like I said with Polnareff, he's a character that holds his own arcs, and Araki did that a lot with Rohan. I would definitely put him, like, if we're only putting one for a part in S, I'd definitely put him in A. I think he's very, very well written.
Well, I'm not thinking about any of the Dust Spoke stuff. I'm just thinking about what he did in
okay, we're just thinking in part 4. Then I could see B. I can see B then, because I think he gets better and better, like the more he fleshes him out and makes him like more human, you know. And
also, A is getting like a little too full.
I agree. Matt Carriage says Rohan is the only reason they found Kira, which is completely true. Completely true. If we're talking about how Mamazuku is the motivation and the drive. You know, Rohan and Mamazuku are actually quite similar. Not liking our main character named Josuke, eccentric, very, very eccentric man.
They're both professionalists and wear their craft on their sleeve. Literally, Rohan has pens on his sleeves, and Mamazuku has bean sprouts. Yeah.
So yeah, they are very similar.
They're definitely like alternate align.
Yeah. The parallels. I mean, I'm fine with B. You said below or above Hermes?
Whatever you're feeling.
I'm feeling above.
Wherever you would put him.
I mean, I would put him here, in egg tier. We're moving him eventually. All right, next, our boy Speedwagon. What are we feeling about Speedwagon?
Speedwagon is either S or high A.
Okay, because he's the best in part 1. That's indisputable. You know, because he's that guy. You know, what else are you gonna say?
And you cannot discredit everything the Speedwagon Foundation does either.
He's the heart of part 1. He is a very great mentor character in part 2 for still being relevant and constantly taking care of the family. He is literally the monetary lifeblood of the series. Like,
yeah.
He's the greatest.
He's the ultimate JoBro. Like, he supports all of the Joestars even after his death.
Exactly. Maybe he's above Gyro and Bruno, and maybe he's Egg tier. We gotta change Egg to like literally the JoBro. Maybe that's what we gotta do. Let me see. So we're definitely putting him in S because he's that guy, but not entirely sure. I'm thinking I don't want to put him like I think this is fine. This spot right here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's good.
But I feel like your point makes me think he should be like here. You know, we change this to be like literally Speedwagon. You know,
Speedwagon tier?
Yeah. Oh, even better. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's very satisfying, you know. Especially with the one letter off. The one letter off, fine. You know? Alright, let's see. We're now on Trish. Trish is pretty cool. I'd probably put her in like B or A, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I do B.
You do B?
Yeah, I don't think she's really.
I think
she's. I don't know if she's A, but like she's still great.
Yeah, I think above Hermes.
Absolutely above Hermes.
Yeah. Would you say above Rohan or no?
Well, I feel like I'm discrediting Hermes. Then again, like.
Again, Hermes is just like the fall off of her character. It's very.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, exactly. Because Trish only gets more and more relevant the second she's introduced. Like she's constantly like.
Trish is mad relevant, like Requiem too.
Yeah. So, I'm thinking above Hermes, to be honest. I do like Hermes a lot, but I'm thinking. I don't know. For me, I like Hermes' character way more than I like Trish's character. But Trish's character is more relevant. That's the thing.
All right, that relevancy is irrelevant. Let's do Trish behind Hermes.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, because we could say like, oh, you know, Rohan has to be high tier because he's super relevant. Helped them catch Kira.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I would put him up there, but you know, it is what it is. But Yasuo, straight to S.
Straight to S above Koichi, I'd say.
Oh, definitely. And the parallels, they're right next to each other. Look at that.
Yep.
Look at that. Alright, Jotaro part 6. I think a solid A-B. Solid. Because he's definitely not C. He has like emotional stakes in the story. He actually, you know, is the fuel of the story. But the thing with him is he's not very like, relevant.
Yeah, I would say like next to Emporio.
Okay. I like
Behind
that.
Emporio.
I'm very down with that. I'm very down with that. I like that. Because this Jotaro, I think, is better than this Jotaro. So I feel like we're going to put him in A as well.
I like 6 Jotaro and 4.
Oh, really? For me, I like 4 with the whole mentorship thing a lot more. I just think it's very interesting to see him, like, sort of be more extroverted, you know?
I think part 6 Jotaro has more screen time than part 4 Jotaro.
Really? I'm trying to think.
I think so, man. Part 4 Jotaro, he's in the beginning. He's in the Aqua Necklace arc a little bit.
Yeah. He's in Sheer Heart Attack, The Rat, Red Hot Chili Pepper.
Alright, you're right. No, part 4 definitely has more screen time.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what? Really? Jotaro was in a coma, straight to F.
Bro was sleeping.
Lisa, I think she's a solid B. She's cool.
Solid B. I feel like the mentors, she's
definitely
of mentors on the list, and they're not there for like the whole story, but they have like a huge contributing factor.
Yeah, she's definitely below Caesar, in my opinion. She's like the barrier to C.
Okay, I do that.
Okay,
I'm okay with that.
Why is he here? He's not really a JoBro, so
he's kind of a JoBro. There's at one
he's
point before,
cool, you know.
Before Momozuku is introduced, he's like Josuke's only ally in the house.
Yeah, because the rest all are
him and Josuke are boys.
not rocking with them. I'm feeling like he's definitely not A, but I don't think he's. He's good, but I don't think he's really. He's like B. I don't think he's C. That's the thing. I feel like I want to put him below Lisa, kind of. But I don't know, because I don't want him above Caesar. Because I think Caesar. Really?
I'd say he's in between Trish and Hermes.
Really? Like he's cool and he's super relevant. Obviously, you know, he's like the guy who lets him live there. He constantly talks to him about like who they are and whatever. He's a very good for like mentor info dumpy type of stuff, you know. But
dude, Nariske is like genuinely like an amazing person.
No, he's a great
JoJo,
guy. He's a great guy. It's just like, I don't know. I feel as though he does stuff, but he doesn't
He does
do
a lot of stuff.
Like, I don't know how to describe it.
He literally adopted Josuke, dude. He adopted Josuke. Like... He found the rock humans with Yotsuyu and Vitamin
C. He did do that. He did do that. Okay.
In the I Am a Rock arc.
Yeah, he did do that. He talked about
he introduced Mamazuku.
Yeah, he did. Never mind.
He's pivotal for Jobin's character arc.
Yeah, well that's his best moment. You know, the Nariske Jobin shenaniganry. You know,
Nariske is peak, dude. He's B at the least.
Yeah, because I can't, in good faith, put him above Rohan. I can't. I could even see you saying he's better than Hermes. I could, and then you know you might convince me with the amount of stuff he does in the story, and then how he's present throughout all of the story, which is also, you know, obviously a big help.
He's just a good character.
Oh, definitely. Now we're on my man, Joseph. And I think this is, like I said, the best Part 3 side characters. I would definitively put him in S tier. Above Polnareff, definitely above Abdul, above Iggy, you know. I think he is...
Joseph makes Stardust Crusaders very, like, enjoyable. Like, if he wasn't there, Stardust Crusaders would feel so flat.
Very dry.
Yeah.
Him and Polnareff are like the humor that the series needed. Like, imagine if it was Jotaro, Kakyoin, and Abdul. Like, would they even talk? Would they even talk to each other? Like, if you just...
All right, I'm okay with us. I got you.
Yeah, I think this is a good spot for him. I think these four characters are more like growth, because obviously this Joseph is already an established character, but he's very much a comic relief character in the part. But he's so great that I think he deserves the spot.
William
so now
is S or A?
Are we serious?
I'm dead serious.
Oh my god. Like, he's such a Chad. He's such a Chad.
Caesar. He's above Caesar, absolutely.
He's definitely above Caesar. Like, but what I'm thinking right now immediately is, I feel as though what makes Zeppeli so great is his fight with Tarkus and his sacrifice, and he's so willing to, you know, for the next generation to move on type stuff, you know. And it hits, and the chain when he gets ripped in half, it was crazy. And we see his whole like prophecy that he's gonna die for this, you know. The prophecy's cool. It makes the part feel more like epic. And his
literally
backstory.
Started the to be continued meme.
Literally.
That's for that.
Oh, well, you're right. You sold me on that alone.
You can put him in A if you want. It's like he's such a good character, but like he has that benefit of only being in the story for a short amount of time, and
he's like short but sweet.
Yeah, like he doesn't have that lingering time to be like, oh, he doesn't do anything, or he's underdeveloped. He's just
I
feel
feel
like for like the perfect amount of time.
Every part one side character, besides like Poco, obviously, and like the others who aren't that relevant. You know, like these two are consistently relevant in the story. They're either teaching or reacting. That's the two roles these characters have, and
he just has that benefit because there's nothing bad about him essentially, because he's there for literally the only time he's there is for the purpose he's needed, and then he just is out.
He's funny, quirky, cool, actually strong, smart. Like, there's so much here, and he's never like seen as like bogging down the narrative ever.
so important for JoJo as a whole. Like literally aspects of William and Gyro. Like he's the original Zeppeli that makes that game so like impactful. Definitely. Put him in S, bro. Put him in S. What are we doing?
The thing is, though, I feel like what we're saying, it's short and sweet, and that is definitely a good thing. But when you have characters that are more fleshed out, that can work just as well. Like for me, I would definitely say Mista is better than Zeppeli. I think Mista just, of course, he's a comic relief character.
To me, though, like you can't compare those two characters.
Yeah,
like,
they have very different purposes. Yeah.
Like I would, if we're judging based on like the character, who they are as a character, and how well written they are, like I like Mista so much more than William. But dude,
his importance in the story.
Yeah.
I get
he deserves the S.
Okay. So now immediately D.
Abdul and D?
I like bro, you were saying we got to use the D eventually, and it's like I don't know, man. He is the first stand user. That's pretty awesome, right? It's pretty awesome. But like my man is so dry. He is so just lifeless to the point they killed him off and brought him back just to kill him again. Like he is he is the cardboard cutout of JoJo to me. He is the cardboard cutout. His ability isn't even that cool compared to Emerald Splash. It's just fire. Like I don't know, man. I feel like he is so just dry. And like this isn't even to say he's bad. It's just like compared to everyone else, he's like the mentor role. You know what I mean? But
yeah, it's like we have Joseph, who's a mentor,
Joseph.
and now we have the other mentor, which is Abdul, who's like Joseph's mentor.
Exactly. It's like, but do we need that? Like, he's just like the guy who gets them to Egypt because he's from Egypt. But besides that,
he brought the tarot cards.
He did name the stands. That was pretty cool. But I don't know. For me, it's just like, and so Matt Carriage in the chat is saying, is this tier list based on characterization or usefulness? I think it's like a blend of both, you know, because obviously I was saying, you know, Mista I think is a very well-written character, but again, it's Mista's role is different than like William's role, like we were saying. And Joseph is obviously a comic relief character, but he's also a mentor, so he is like that blend of both, which I think makes him constantly compelling all the time. He also
one and the same, because if a character's doing stuff in the story and is relevant, that adds into their characterization.
Exactly. A character doesn't need to be in a fight to be well written or useful. Like Yasuho can't fight like at all, but she's so compelling to the actual story because of what she represents, her story, her abilities that help others, you know, her personality. I don't know. I think there's a lot of layers you have to go into when thinking about like what makes a character necessarily better or worse, you know. And that's why Abdul, with his ability, which is relatively meh, he's obviously the introduction of stands, but as a whole, I feel as though he just falls flat compared to even like Kakyoin, for example. I could put him next to Kakyoin. I could see that, him and C. But I think that Kakyoin just has more, especially with Kakyoin actually being in the final fight and actually, you know, what's it called? Having like a sort of finality moment in the final fight, while Abdul was just immediate. It felt like sort of unsatisfying in that way. It was like a shock factor thing.
Get that.
So what do you think?
All right, you can leave him.
Leave him, D.
Because like I wouldn't put him above Kakyoin, and Kakyoin's already in C.
Yeah. And it's like I feel like
okay. That says Mista changed fate itself. William bended the knee to it. That how badass though is that of William?
He was like, ready to accept his fate for the future generation.
Yeah, because he knows I need to die here. That's where my story ends because I know what happens after me. This me dying is important for Jonathan to be able to do what needs to be done. So he's not selfish in the way of being like, no, I don't. He accepted fate in a way.
Exactly.
Because the fate was leading to like, you know, good overcoming over evil.
Yeah. We just got to. Excuse me. We just got to $421. Brandon King with a message saying, "Foo Fighters in S sentient plankton is a wild concept." Oh, we'll get to Foo Fighters eventually. Don't worry. She's amazing character. All right, but we're sticking with Abdul in D. We're sticking with it. I'm ready to plant him in there. All right. Now, my man, Weather Report, is fire. I think he's...
I think Weather is top of A.
Yes, thank you. I was going to say, he is A minimum. Weather is so... He is constantly cool. He has a great backstory. His power is awesome. Like, there's just so many things about him. He's menacing, but also, like, funny all the time. Yeah. He's in one of my favorite JoJo fights ever, which is Bohemian Rhapsody. Like, he's great. I think he's just such a fun time constantly. And he was one of my favorite like JoJo characters when I was like new into it. I was like, oh, he's so awesome. He's so cool.
Yeah, Weather's peak.
Yeah. And then we're on Foo Fighters, speaking of, and I think Foo Fighters is a solid A or B. I think Foo Fighters is pretty great.
All right, I'm down with it. I think Foo Fighters has a good story arc. I wish it wasn't taken out so early, but
Foo Fighters' arc about like learning to be alive and like becoming herself and developing her own identity. It's like Josuke's blueprint. Like, I don't want to say it, like that might sound like kind of crazy. It's like the blueprint for Josuke, in my opinion. Fusing to become something new, and then now we get this. I don't know.
It's definitely interesting with like the stand discs and sentient life.
Yeah. I can see like A or S, to be honest, because I do like Foo Fighters.
Definitely A, but like I don't know if it's above Okuyasu or Mista. Make the call.
I'm thinking. All right, here's what I'm thinking, Chad. We're gonna put him above Emporio for now. But I'm thinking, what makes Foo Fighters great? This is another comic relief character, of course. Very funny, all the time. And giving you that ability to, you know, just experience something like growing, enjoying life for all the simple things. Like, oh, I drink water out of my cup. It's so simple, but it's so fun because this is a perspective you don't usually see in, you know, storytelling. And Araki, with this crazy concept, is obviously able to, you know, embody it in this character. And I think because this character is so unique, I'm probably gonna put her above Okuyasu and maybe even Polnareff, because I feel like she's so creative when it comes to just what she's able to represent. And like I said, the blueprint for Josuke, I was thinking that as kind of a joke at first, to be honest, but it is kind of true, in my opinion at least. What are you thinking?
I'm good with it.
All right. If that Foo Fighters is fire. All right, but now we're on my boy Fugo. I think Fugo's a solid B.
I think Fugo is above Trish.
I can see that. I definitely like Fugo more than Trish. And Fugo is obviously not nearly as relevant as Trish. But I think the ability is cool.
He's well characterized, though.
Definitely well characterized. Has good dynamics with most of the main cast for his time in the story.
Yeah, I like the additional content he had in the anime. And if you consider Purple Hate's feedback, he's going up to like A. But just part 5 is, he's
yeah. So are we considering the anime or not really? Because
it just adds that like one little backstory to him, which I think it's canon. So.
Oh, so the book is canon.
I think he stays the same there.
Okay. Because I was gonna say, if we're doing that, then why aren't we counting like Jotaro as the same, or you know, which? Well, to be fair, they are different parts. To be fair. Okay. Hot Pants. Love Hot Pants. Probably A or B. I don't know. The A or B is now becoming like this cesspool where it's like there's too much greatness to figure out. And now we're getting to some Steel Ball Run again. So it's like, oh god.
I like Hot Pants a lot, and she does like. I don't know if I could justify an A on Hot Pants.
Yeah, that's the
I already
thing.
know
Because it's like Lucy's
gonna be up there.
The Lucy's, yeah. All right,
I think Hot Pants is like above Hermes.
I could definitely see that.
Like to the left or right of Hermes.
I think the left. I think Hot Pants is just what makes Hot Pants so compelling is like Hot Pants is like obviously the Mamazuku of Steel Ball Run. Obviously they're completely different, but you get what I mean. Later ally.
I don't know what you mean.
Like they're a later ally in the story. They come in. They're like the trio that makes the duo. You know, we were talking about it earlier.
Kind of an ally. Okay.
Yeah, but Mamazuku is too. Mamazuku hates like these characters. Like, you know what I'm saying? She's like, what's it called? The apprehensive ally. It's like, oh, I don't really want to work with you, but I guess we'll do this. You know. So I was thinking.
I think Iggy is going top of B.
Iggy is fire. So I'm a fan of that. I do think Iggy is also one of those characters who could definitely hold a thing for their own. You know what I mean? Obviously with the fight with Pet Shop that happened. And Iggy's send off with Vanilla Ice, holy shit. You know, that sent him, because I'm going to be honest, I was not a huge Iggy fan at first when, you know, reading. I thought Iggy was funny, kind of annoying though. I did like the farting ugly dog though.
Very annoying at first.
Yeah. But then you see him like grow to like respect him, and I'm like, oh my god, first your face changed into like an anime face.
Yeah.
But then it was just like, all right, well, I guess now I love you and want you to live forever, and then that fumble. And Iggy being so sacrificial after being so selfish at the beginning, great arc. So yeah, I'm definitely fine with B. I can honestly see low A, honestly. What are you thinking about that? Low A or top of A?
Top of B. Definitely top of B. We can't put the dog in A, bro.
We got the plankton in A, though. The plankton in A with the dog in B.
Yeah.
All right, Jotaro Part 4. I'm also going to put him in A, in my opinion. I just think he's much better, well-written. Much better, well-written. I can't even speak. Much more well-written than...
I'd put him to the right of Part 6 Jotaro, because Part 6 Jotaro just has too many hype moments. Like, just the return, it just makes...
It's so hype. It's so hype.
Yeah.
It's like, I remember reading it for the first time in high school, and I got like a chill. I was like, oh my god. Because I knew like nothing about Stone Ocean, obviously. So it was very, very cool to see how it just popped in out of nowhere. And the anime, it was so hype. It was so hype in the anime.
Yeah. The soundtrack returning.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we're now into the goat of the goat. Abbacchio is rising the ranks right here. He's going to the... He's going to the left or right of Bruno.
But then, now we have 2 Part 5 characters.
Not up for discussion. He is going above Yasuo. He's going to the very tippy top of S. I think honestly, okay, right of Bruno, call it.
I think Yasuo's better. I mean, like, I can see above Koichi.
No. He needs to be next to Bruno.
Oh, for the ship, of course. There we go.
But also, like, he's
Bruaba, you know.
If I'm determining the character that Bruno is up there in S, Abbacchio needs to be right next to him, because these two like work into each other.
Yeah, they're very in tune. Yeah. I mean, there's 2 Part 5 characters in S now. You know, we might have to.
I don't care.
have to switch it up a little. All I'm gonna say is, I don't know. There's no Part 6 characters in S yet, and West Blue Marine is right there. I don't know.
If you want to put West Blue Marine in S, I guess I'm okay with that. I would definitely put him above William. Yeah. Okay, all right, let's put our boy Wes in between Yasuo and Koichi. I'm chill with that.
Okay. I'm rocking with that. I thought it was just gonna be above Joseph. I was like, okay.
Oh no.
All right. Well, now we got Lucy. Amazing character. Immediately.
Lucy is a potential S. Potential
exactly.
S. High A.
High A. I think top of A or like low S. Like, I don't know, man. She's such a satisfying character throughout her journey. Seeing her become more just actually outgoing and doing things. See her go into the most insane situations possible. Just to do what she thinks is right. Fire.
Okay. I'd put her behind Yasuo.
Oh, above West Blue Marine. All right, West Blue Marine. Yeah. I am completely fine with that.
She's just so relevant, and she comes back in Part 8. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. She's like the one character that's like actually reasonably able to get to Japan and be alive. Perfect. Of course you're here. Narancia, great character, A, for sure.
Certainly A. I'd say definitely above the Jotaros. Maybe next to FF.
Above or below? I think FF is better personally. So I would. Narancia is great though, but.
All right, I'd put Narancia next to Emporio to the right of Okuyasu. I might like Narancia more than Okuyasu.
I think I like Narancia more than Okuyasu. Because I feel like Narancia is again one of those heart of the group type characters where it's like they're the emotion, you know what I mean? The emotional core. You know, they're the most like constantly, you know, like when in the boat scene, it's like if I don't go now, you know, I'm never gonna go and I'll be alone, like stuff like that. It's just it hits because it's like I was indecisive, but now I'm gonna be confident. Stuff like that. It's so simple, but it's very effective storytelling to show how much they've grown. So yeah, what are we feeling? Above or below Okuyasu? Because Okuyasu obviously has that same exact dynamic. Heart of the group, has that change.
I gotta put below Okuyasu.
That's fine. As a DIU fan, I'm fine with this.
I'm gonna go crazy here. I'm gonna put him below Emporio.
Who, Stroheim?
Narancia. No, Narancia.
Oh, I was like,
I put
like,
Narancia in between part 6, the part 6 characters up there, Emporio and Joestar.
Okay, that's fine. Emporio is definitely one of those heart of the story characters, so I'm definitely fine with that. All right, Stroheim, C or B, probably. He's pretty cool, I guess. He's relevant in the final fight, and he becomes a cyborg. He is growth, I guess.
Does become a cyborg. I'm literally thinking about part 2, and I'm thinking about like he's there when cars.
He's there quite a lot. He's there quite a lot. Like
he is there quite a lot.
But the thing is, I feel like
7.
Yeah, he does come back in part 7.
I never understood like the gravitation towards like Stroheim though. Like when he gets like his character added to All-Star Battle and like all the memes around him, I think it's just literally like the German science thing where he's like doing that pose.
The engineering, yeah.
Yeah, I've like never found Stroheim to be like a memorable character or compelling really.
He's just very relevant. That's the thing.
He's got to be below. He has to be below Anasui, dude.
Yeah, I think he's C. I think he's C for sure. Because he's not Caesar, and Caesar's the best side character in part 2. And Lisa and Caesar are B, so he's definitely C. Alright.
I feel like if I rewatched part 2 today, I'd like change all this around.
It's just like
nah, dude,
yo, Caesar's S. I mean, I think he should be A, bro. I think he should be A. I think Caesar's very good.
You think Caesar above Hot Pants, Narancia?
No, I don't. No, it's just
you
like
just said A.
The tier of A. It's the fact that he's not in the tier of A, but it's like the characters in A and the characters in B. You see what I mean? It's just like
Mountain Tim's going top of B though.
Mountain Tim is fire. Mountain Tim is fire. I think. I really like him being top of B, but again, Iggy's like, I really like Iggy.
He's so much better than Iggy, man. He's so much better than Iggy.
But it's just like Iggy's arc.
I'd say he's better than Part 4 Jotaro too, but I don't want to flood the A tier.
I think it's just his arc is just Iggy's arc. It's just so like satisfying to see because I didn't expect it, so that's what I'm thinking about. So that's maybe, you know. But
I feel like this list is missing characters. Like,
yeah, like I feel like Yukako would probably be C if she was here.
Where's my boy Mikitaka?
Mikitaka's not here. He would probably be C or B. Like again, I feel like so many characters are just like not here really. There's like Jobin's not here, but he's not really a JoBro at all. Would Joshu be one? Not really.
Yeah, Joshu should be on this.
Yeah, he's like kind of like like an apprehensive. I use that word a lot now, I guess, but he literally doesn't like him at all. He's just doing. You're missing Joshu. Yeah, I know. We're missing Joshu.
who will be like, Joshu S tier because he's written to be a bad character. Or
Yeah,
he's
it's just
written to be like a bad person. I'm like, okay,
he's annoying. He's annoying. It's just like he's so obnoxious.
It's like, wow, the character's S tier if they're written to fulfill the purpose they're needed for. Like, insane.
Therefore, they're good.
Yeah.
Character fulfills purpose.
This character was
peak.
written to be annoying, and they're annoying. Peak fiction.
It's like,
no.
Yeah, I love the Grape Kid from My Hero because he's terrible. Therefore, S tier. He fulfills his purpose of being annoying and terrible and uninteresting.
You down to do an OP tier list?